What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video continuing our 2022 draft class. And in this one, the New England Patriots go running back with Pierre Strong Jr. And hate to say I told you so, but for all the people that got on my butt in my mock drafts for taking a running back in the 4th to 5th round, I told you the Patriots were going to do it. Patriots grab Pierre Strong in the 4th round with pick 127, and I absolutely love this pick. I had Pierre Strong as a top 5 running back in this draft class, as I think a lot of other people did also. And the name of the game for the Patriots this draft seems to be reaching on players, taking guys way too soon, but that's just not the case with Pierre Strong. I think they took him where they should. I think they even got a little bit of a steal. And also, this is probably the Patriots' best draft pick out of this entire 2022 class. Now, PFF has him ranked as the 135th best prospect in this draft, with an average draft projection of going about 149 overall. Personally, I just don't agree with that when I think Pierre Strong is a very, very good prospect, who's arguably the fastest running back in this class, if not the fastest running back in this class, guys. The Patriots are getting an absolute stud here. 5'11", 207 pounds. He is a home run hitter with a 4.37 speed. He will come into this locker room and immediately be the fastest running back the Patriots have. To put some perspective on this, Damien Harris ran a 4.57, and Ramondre Stevenson ran, I believe, a 4.63. The Patriots have a lot of power, guys, right? They had Brandon Bolden before. They had Jakob Johnson. You have Damien Harris. You have Ramondre Stevenson. They didn't have that burner. They didn't have that fast guy that if he can break a tackle, if the offensive line can fill a hole for him, he is gone. He can easily go for a 60, 50-yard touchdown due to his speed, and the Patriots finally get that here with Pierre Strong. Now, PFF does say that he does still need to run with more physicality. He needs to add that physical aspect more to his game and not just speed in order to become an every down running back in the NFL. But again, the Patriots have Damien Harris right now. They have Ramondre Stevenson. I'm not worried if he isn't exactly the most thump downhill running back who's just super physical at the point of attack. With that being said, this probably makes Damien Harris a little bit more expendable. Now, ideally, you do hope that Damien Harris does come back. He's been a top 3 running back that's been graded since he's joined the NFL and actually had a starting role. But at the same time, you just know Belichick is not going to give up the bank. He is not going to pay top-notch dollar for a running back. And although the Patriots are going to have a lot of cap space at the end of the season, so are several other teams. So Patriots very well could get outbid, just in a sense of, hey, again, Belichick not going to give him that kind of money. Now, obviously, it's too early to say that Damien Harris is absolutely gone, but obviously, New England drafted 2 running backs in this 2022 class, one of which being Pierre Strong here in the 4th round. You know he's going to have some type of role, whether that is this upcoming season, whether that's 2 seasons from now when they redshirt him. He's going to have a role in this offense. And it's just hard to imagine the Patriots having 3 running backs and being a 3 running back by committee with Pierre Strong, Ramondre Stevenson, and Damien Harris. They aren't a 1 running back type of team. They're running back by committee, but I don't see them kind of going with a 3-headed monster type of role. But again, it is just absolutely way too soon to say what is going to happen with Damien Harris. But again, obviously this pick in the 4th round does make him a lot more expendable. Guys, let me tell you, I'm absolutely stoked about this pick because Pierre Strong is going to give something to this Patriots offense that they've really looked to add so far this offseason, and that is speed. You got speed at your receiving core, but now you're also getting speed with your backs and your running game. Strong is just going to give us an aspect that I can't remember the last time we saw here in New England. The Patriots have always had really good running backs, whether it's been Dion Lewis, James White, Shane Vereen, Damien Harris, Ramondre Stevenson. We can go down the list of good running backs they've had, but they haven't had a guy for as long as I can remember that can really pop off if they get into the open field and actually score a 60, 70-yard touchdown. The Patriots really never have those guys, but they finally get a guy who's very much going to be able to do so. And we see a lot of the times, if you go back and you look at film, that guys like James White, Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, they get big enough holes and they get excellent yardage, but they're not super fast. Their game is downhill, thumping, power running backs. They can break tackles, they can carry guys with them, but you're not going to see them burst off for an 80-yard touchdown. If they can get Pierre Strong into these holes, they can get him some blocks, it's going to be hard to catch up with him defensively. He's always put up very good grades here offensively. This past season put up his best season so far with an 85.5 overall grade, appearing in 15 games. They gave him 239 rush attempts for 1,694 yards, averaging 7.1 yards per carry. He also put up a total of 18 touchdowns. He was targeted 34 times in the receiving game with 22 receptions for 150 yards. In 2020, he had an overall grade of 79.7, appearing in 9 games with 130 rush attempts for a total of 708 yards, averaging 5.4 yards per reception, 3 touchdowns. And the receiving game was targeted 25 times, 20 receptions, 177 yards. And then in 2019, put up a PFF grade of 82.1, playing in 11 games, 141 attempts, put up 1,007 yards, averaging again 7.1 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns, was targeted, or put up a total of 8 touchdowns, was targeted 18 times, 14 receptions for 156 yards in the receiving game. He put up an overall grade in 2021 in the running game of 90.8, had a zone grade of 92.1. His gap grade was pretty like it's nothing you're going to call home about. Gap grade of 74.6. Elusive rating, again, for a guy at a 4.3 speed, you'd like that elusive rating to be a bit higher, only 65. Not bad, not below, just average, nothing you're going to call home about. And then yards after contact per attempt, only 3.3. A little bit above average, but still nothing great, nothing you're going to be, calling home to about. In 2021, he ranked 21st in yards after contact with 811. He had 49 missed tackles forced. That was tied for 37th. He had 144 zone attempts, which was ranked 27th, 95 gap attempts, which was tied for 37th, and he was tied for first in carries of 15 or more yards. Now, real quick, I want to give a shout out to the sponsors of this video, betonline.ag. Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that baseball is back and the start of the Major League Baseball season is finally here. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started, so head to the website today and use your mobile device to join using our promo code CLNS50 to receive a 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Pierre Strong, though, going to bring speed to this offense, has a little bit of a receiving ability. With that speed, I'll be excited to see how the Patriots really implement that into the offense. Not your average Patriots running back, but definitely in a good and positive way. And I'm going to be really excited to see, hey, do the Patriots decide to use those abilities right away? Do they even try to use some of that 4.3 speed as a kick returner or punt returner? You just know we're going to see that in training camp, at least as an experiment. But that big question as a running back comes down to, will he be redshirted or will he be a starter right away for this team? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video. Subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, I appreciate y'all for watching. Go Pats.
In Astroworld.